this wasn't the case with Hosea. He was committed to his wife. But we see in the text that Gomer decides to leave. The person he said I do to, the person he had cared for and provided for, decided to leave. He committed his life to her. She said, till death do we part. And she still left. And she did so, text says, to go after her lovers. It says in chapter 2, verse 5 that she left to go after those who give me my food and my water, my wool and my linen, my oil and my drink. Okay. Once again, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes in the house of God, we find ourselves in a position where we're waiting on God. And we're waiting on Him to move in our lives and to speak a word and to show up on the scene and blow into life, into that situation. And what happens is we wait. And we wait. And we wait. And we wait. There used to be a song. Back in the day. I'm not going to sing it because I'm not my dad. There used to be a song that said, He's an on-time God. Yes, He is. Oh, He may not come when you want it, but He'll be there right on time. He's an on-time God. Yes, He is. That's cute. By whose watch? Because if He was so on time, the bank would be about to foreclose on my house, this judge would be about to lock me up, my wife would be about to walk out on me. Who's on time? He might have been on time for you, but I needed Him yesterday. So what do you do when you find yourself waiting on God and waiting on God, and He seems to be late? Well, like Gomer, sometimes, not all the time, we turn to our lovers. We turn to our lovers. And we find ourselves in the midst of this mindset that I don't have time to wait on God. But we rationalize it. We rationalize it by saying, once I get what I need, then I'll come back. I'll skip this Sunday, go to work, but I'll be back next Sunday. I'll cheat this time on this test, get this A, and then I'll come back and I'll study harder. Oh, that was for me. Yeah, some of y'all was and we find ourselves turning to our lovers, and what we fail to realize is that now we have an idol. We have an idol. An idol, by definition, is an image used as an object of worship, a false god that one often adores, often blindly and or excessively. Okay. The reason why you haven't noticed that you have an idol is because you've been too blinded by what you've been worshiping. You got an idol and you don't even realize it. Worship is something that we give to what we love and are devoted to. Idols are the objects that we worship. So then the question becomes, what is it that we worship? What do we love so much that we become completely devoted to? We love money. Devoted to our jobs. And so we can find ourselves having work as an idol. You love your husband. You love your wife. That's my boo. You committed to them, devoted to them. Problem is, once they supersede God's position, they too can become an idol. Let me take a step further. Even the church. You're not saving abuse. Even the church, when we become so caught up in the work of the church and helping out with this ministry and starting this ministry, work in the church can circumvent your worship. And so now the church has become an idol.